1941, a state of war.
What General Weygand had called the Battle of France is over. The Battle of Britain is about to begin.
Fight on the beaches, we shall fight on the landing grounds, we shall fight in the fields and in the streets, we shall fight in the hills.
Hey guys and gals, this is Alden for the Mosin Crate. First things first, I can't discuss anything sales related here on YouTube because they will delete the video. That includes things like how much, where do I buy one, how do I buy one, anything like that. But if you go into rumble.com and search for the Mosin Crate without any spaces between the Mosin or Crate, you'll find the same video on there where I can and do answer those questions. Likewise, it's very easy to Google my username here on YouTube, the Mosin Crate. Enough said. So these are all Bulgarian Makarovs. These are a Cold War era design, kind of taking inspiration from the Walther PP. We'll get to that later. They disassemble pretty much identically. These are all in 9x18 Makarov, single stack magazine. And for the purposes of this review video, we're just going to go through here and show you all the ones here we have for review. These just got imported very recently out of Bulgaria. As you can see, all of them have those beautiful Bakelite red star grips on them. And if you're wondering, there's about, I think there's right at 76 here in this footage. Import marking is going to be there on the left side, it's going to be the right side of the frame. Your safety is going to function as a decocker. And this is probably one of the most iconic pistols, or probably is the iconic pistol of the comm block during the Cold War. You see the polished bluing on those as a fingerprint magnet. So if you see smudge marks like on this one, that's just where it's had fingers all over it at some point or another. You can just wipe it away with a rag. Decent double action, very nice single action on these. Again, safety functions as a decocker. See, that one has some wear up front there. I'd grade all these anywhere from good to very good. Some are going to be closer to good plus, whereas others will be closer to very good plus, and anything in between. And I kind of go through and show, not all of them, because that would take probably an hour plus to do that in the footage, but we're going to go through here and kind of pan through and show you some different ones just to give you an idea. Some of these are going to be dated probably anywhere from the 70s, 80s, 90s, anywhere in there. But I've always liked the Bulgarian Makarovs because, you know, if you go get a Russian military Makarov, most of those things cost $1,000 plus now. They're very expensive. The Chinese ones, most of the Chinese Makarovs we had imported years ago were commercial ones with huge big import markings on them. I mean, huge. Like, it took up probably 80% of the space on the slide. It sucked. Bulgarian Makarovs, they're still available, at least for right now. I haven't had them for almost 2 years. I think July of 2022 was the last time I had them in, which is pretty cool. The nice thing about these, they also come with a spare grip. So if you don't like that red star grip, there's also a random grip that comes in with those as well. And it's as simple as pulling that back screw out that I showed you a second ago. So I'm going to show you how to disassemble this. I'm going to make it look very hard. I promise you it's usually a little bit easier. You're going to pull out the bottom of the trigger guard and push it off to the side, pull back on the slide, and then let it go forward. And then that's it. You're disassembled, just like a Walther PP. Obviously, you're going to want to make sure it's unloaded before you do this. And then putting it back together is exactly the same. And like I said, I'm going to make this look a lot more difficult than it needs to be. But there you go, you're reassembled. And what some people like to do is they like to put a little piece of electrical tape or something there, just so that when you pull out the trigger guard, it doesn't scratch up the front of your frame. I haven't really seen that happen unless you do it a lot repeatedly. So, all right, some more for this review video. We have a Czech CZ52. This is one of the later refurbished blued ones. Most of them have got kind of Parkerized look to them, but this is one of the blued ones that was refurbished in Czechoslovakia in 1976, it looks like, from the date. That one has some aftermarket grips that are really neat about it, and then it also has the original grips as well, and then it also has a spare spring. And then we have a Romanian TTC Tokarev in 7.62x25. And we have 4 Yugoslavian Tokarevs, M57 Tokarevs, likewise 7.62x25. And the nice thing about all of these in this group, all of these Tokarevs and even the CZ52, those are all CNR eligible guns, which is cool. And on the Yugoslavian M57s, you're going to find a Yugo crest on top of the slide. These were the ones that came in with the imported safety, but the imported safety was removed and plugged just so they looked more like how they would as they left the factory or would have been used in former Yugoslavia. And this last one here, if you like that safety for some reason, it still has it on there. And next in the review video, we have a SIG P230. I'd say this one's probably in good plus condition, something like that. Fully functional, just has a bit of holster wear here and there. Really nice trigger on this one. Those are in 380. You don't see those too often. Import marking there on the bottom of the trigger guard. We have a Star BM. This is a 9mm. Comes with all the accessories and box and manual, all the good stuff you'd want to expect with these. I'd say this one is likewise good plus condition, somewhere in there. Has 2 magazines. These are single stack 9mm. The Czech CZ82. Just saw this is a Beretta FN BDA 380. So these are kind of neat. They were made by Beretta for both FN in the European market as well as Browning. So technically it's an FN Browning Beretta BDA 380. This is the nicest one I've ever seen, period. Or at least has come through my store. Excellent, solid, excellent condition. There's very little wear. It's no doubt been fired, but very little. Beautiful, beautiful BDA 380. And then we have a Beretta 84. So yet again, another Beretta Cheetah. Likewise, I'd say this is probably the nicest one I've ever had come through. You can see it barely has any wear markings on it, maybe a little bit of holster markings, but that's it. It is in 380. Double stack magazine. So all these Beretta Cheetahs, including the BDA 380, will have a double stack 13 round mag. And this one, the safety, very strong spring on that one, just functions as a safety. It's not a decocker or anything. Import marking also on the bottom of the trigger guard. It's also on the bottom of the trigger guard on the BDA 380 and on this 81BB. Yet again, probably the nicest 81BB I've ever seen. Solid, excellent condition. It's maybe had a couple mags put through it in its lifetime at the most. There's no marring on the screws that I can find. It's just a beautiful Beretta Cheetah. And a couple high powers here. So this first one's a transitional model. It's not a thumbprint model. Import markings there on the heel, but it still has that internal extractor. You don't see these very often. I'd say it's good surplus condition overall. And we have another high power. I was about to say Beretta. I believe this one's probably from the 80s or the 90s. This one was imported out of Israel. It's got some use to it, but I'd still say it's a very good condition pistol. Import marking again is on the heel. Both of those are 9mm. And then we have some more Bulgarian Makarovs. These were just put off to the side. This one put off to the side because, well, I don't think it's a good to very good. I think this is a lower good grade. I'd still say it's good, but you can see it has a little bit of rust there on the back rear sight. It's got some more finish wear than the others. More of a shooter grade good, I would say. And then the other three Bulgarian Makarovs, these would grade as good to very good, but they are Arsenal marks. So if you have an Arsenal AK, something like that, this would be really cool to grab one of those to accompany it. But again, you can't do that here. This is just a review video, guys. This is YouTube. We don't talk sales here on YouTube. And then the last two review pieces are both rifles. Top one is an 1898 Krag. It's a Springfield Krag in 30-40. I'd say that one is in solid good surplus condition. She's a very old lady, but she is fully functional. Stock has no doubt been refinished, as most of them are over the years. And then this is a 9130 Mosin Nagant. This is a 1930 dated Tula. That's going to do it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, click that subscribe button because I do have a lot more surplus videos coming up here in the near future. And thank you so much for watching.